Hi, everyone. My name is Keith Leveson. If you're joining us for the first time, I am a realtor and I work for Danella Realty. I also run a local lifestyle brand called My Great Orlando, where we cover local events, businesses, just wonderful things happening in our community. Please visit our website at mygreatorlando.com. Today, we're doing our cost of living series, and you'll notice it's in a little bit different of a format. So if you enjoy this format, please leave me a message. I'd love to get your feedback. We're going to be handling this a little bit differently, and I hope you find that this adds to the quality of the content we're providing. So today we're looking at the cost of living in Ocoee. And if you're joining us for the first time in our cost of living series, the way we evaluate the cost of living is we do it according to a point system. So the United States is kind of our benchmark, our baseline, and we look at median pricing throughout the United States. And then we either add or subtract points to the cities of interest or even states of interest in order to figure out the cost of living. So the first thing we're going to look at is the overall cost of living in Ocoee. And you'll notice that Ocoee, when compared to the whole of the United States, is a little over 6 points more expensive to live when compared to the whole of the United States. Now, Ocoee is a wonderful community. They have a great education system. They have great local businesses, and it is a beautiful community. They have a lot to offer. One thing that you do have to keep in mind when moving to Ocoee is what makes the overall pricing so expensive. Well, one of the things that we notice is the utilities, first of all. Utilities in Ocoee are about 8 points higher than the whole of the United States. So we're talking about electric, water, internet, these types of things. In general, you're going to pay more for them when living in the Ocoee area. But the main reason people come to me is what they want to know about is housing. And that's what we're going to look at now. So housing in Ocoee, you'll notice, is 7.5 points or 7.6 points to be exact, more expensive than the whole of the United States. So here's our point system, right? We're looking, we see it's 7.6 points more expensive than the whole of the United States. And that may have you wondering, what does that translate into in terms of real world dollars? So here's what we're looking at. In regards to real world dollars, the median home cost in the whole of the United States is $231,200. For the whole of Florida, we're looking at approximately $237,100. Ocoee is $248,800 for the median home cost. Now, we use median home cost instead of the average home cost because median home costs will cut out outliers. So that one-off house that sold for $500,000 or that one-off house that sold for $90,000. What we're looking at is the median cost, and it gives us a good estimate of what homes will cost in general in Ocoee. So $248,000 is a reasonable price to expect to pay in Ocoee. Now, it might be a little higher, might be a little less, but in general, it's going to be around that price. Now, people always think, why should I buy in comparison to renting? $248,000 is a lot of money, and I think I'd rather just go ahead and rent a house. Well, you've heard me say it before, and I'll say it again. When you rent, you're investing in somebody else's future. And notice what that investment looks like. So, for a studio apartment, right? We're just talking a studio apartment. The average rent in Ocoee is $990. Now, most people are not renting a studio apartment. Most people are renting a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, at most a 4-bedroom house or a 4-bedroom apartment. Um, so for those, we're looking at $1,260 for a 2-bedroom apartment, or $1,670 for a 3-bedroom apartment. Now, the number I want you to keep in mind right now is the $990 for a studio apartment. Here's the reason I want you to keep that number in mind. What we're going to look at next is a mortgage payment estimate. Now, we're going to be estimating your mortgage payment off that median home cost in Ocoee of $248,800. And when we calculate that, I use the payment calculator, the mortgage payment calculator on my website. These are just estimates. Remember, interest rates vary based on individual, credit, so many things. What we're looking at with this estimated mortgage payment is, what if an individual did a conventional loan, which is 20% down of the home cost, and they had an average interest rate? What would the monthly mortgage payment possibly look like? Remembering these are only estimates. So your mortgage payment possibly would be $1,068.49. So think about that. For under an extra $100, you go from a studio apartment paying somebody else to own the property, paying somebody else so they make money off that property, to actually investing in your own future for a little extra money every month. And it's a beautiful investment. People on average stay in their homes 7 to 10 years. So imagine what the home value of your future home purchase would be. So right now you purchase a home at $248,000. What will it be in 7, 10 years? Think about the equity you would receive, the ability you would have to move your family into a bigger, larger house. Or you might feel satisfied with living in a beautiful community like Ocoee and having a mortgage payment of $1,068 a month. So these are things that I encourage people to think about. And the reason I encourage you to think about it is because oftentimes we get so stuck focusing on cost. And we say, I'd rather pay $990 a year than have a home that costs $248,000, right? So I'd rather pay a studio apartment $990 a month. I think I said a year. A studio apartment $990 a month than have a $248,000 house. But remember, when you pay for that studio, you're investing in the landlord's future. You're paying them to have a better future. Where when you purchase your house and you're paying a little more than you would have for a studio apartment, now you're investing in your own future. You're going to find a home that you feel more comfortable in. And I would love to help you find that new dream home. So if you are thinking about buying, selling real estate, please reach out to me. I would love to help you. Uh, I'm here. You can ask me any questions you have. I love sharing my knowledge, and I hope you found today's video beneficial.